It's another semi-final for Gareth Southgate's England. And one that none of us thought we were going to get to. So let's have a discussion today. Try not to rant. Try not to swear. That ain't going to happen. And just have a discussion on yesterday's performance and how we think the England captain should be dropped. Here on Scott Reviews Things. Hello again, and welcome back to Scott Reviews Things. It's the day after the afternoon before England make it to yet another semi-final under Gareth Southgate. Most successful English manager since Alf Ramsey, post-war. Possibly. Obviously, we won the Cup in '66. England fans will never, ever say that, and then they don't like to bring it up too often. We always go into these competitions with, I'm almost 49 years old. And yeah, we go into these competitions with a rather over-exaggerated chance of actually winning anything. Because, let's be honest, despite some of the best players in the world that we've had over the years, we've ultimately been dog shit. It's a national team. And this appears to be no exception. Fantastic teams. We've got the Bundesliga top scorer in Harry Kane. You've got the Premier League Player of the Year in Phil Foden. You've got the La Liga Player of the Year in Jude Bellingham. And we can't fit him into a team that knows if they know each other or not. I'm trying not to swear in this video. I'm trying to be as constructive as I can. Firstly, for the people looking forward to the live stream yesterday, I do apologise. Me and Wanda went to Shantytown, Staggering Good Shantytown Beer and Food Festival. That was 12 till 5. We left at about 4:45, hoping to be home. Traffic was horrendous, so I didn't miss the first half. I watched it on my phone. And then just couldn't be bothered, so I sat and watched it at home. Whilst in contact with my good friend, the Blue Van Man. Don't worry, I'm sure the semi-final, me and Dave will do a live watch-along for that on Wednesday. But I wanted to discuss some things. I watched the game yesterday. Was it better? Yeah, it was better. Let's cut to the chase immediately. It was better yesterday than the 3-4 games that had come before it. Gareth Southgate, who I've ripped into many times on the channel in the last 3 weeks. He changed the system up a little bit, so he went to 3 at the back. I thought the 3 at the back worked really well. The 5 across midfield, well, we can have a little bit of discussion about that. And then you've got your Harry Kane up front, who is probably the real subject of this video today, because I was sat thinking about it this morning. Spoke to Dave via WhatsApp message saying I'm thinking of doing a video about this, because for me, Harry Kane, he doesn't look fit for a start, and at the moment he's contributing absolutely nothing to this team. He drops far too deep, centre back, fucking left back, right back, and we don't have an outlet ball. And so the one thing that he almost did right yesterday was cleaning out Gareth Southgate in the, whatever it was, the 115th minute or whatever it was, to bring on Ivan Toney, who I actually thought's done quite well in the last couple of games and deserves a start against the Dutch on Wednesday. Gareth Southgate seems absolutely reluctant to remove his skipper. What I read somewhere today about the need for an England captain, and why don't we just pick as the team goes along? Well, the problem being with Gareth Southgate is he picks the same fucking team anyway. So Harry Kane's always going to be in the team, and he seems very reluctant to remove him, even when he'd done nothing yesterday. Harry Kane, I mean, looking at the stats, he had no shots on goal, no dribbles, nothing. He might as well not even have been there. There's no outlet ball from the long balls that Jordan Pickford seems intent to wallop up front. There's no outlet for them, and I know the service to Harry Kane isn't great from the midfield, but for me, he's slowing us down. He's slowing this team down enormously. There was a cross that came in. I think it was from Saka, and he didn't even attempt to get it. So for me, Kane has to be dropped. No ifs, no buts, but no maybes. What is the problem with bringing Ivan Toney on, giving him 60 minutes? If it hasn't done anything, then bring Kane on. I don't see that as a problem. And then it actually might give him a kick up the arse because he's trotted around. I move fucking quicker than Harry Kane. And that's saying something with the way I am these days. In my younger days, I was actually quite fit. People say, well, he scored a header against whoever he scored the header against. And I'll be like, I could have fucking scored that if I was in that position. Oh, he's brilliant. He's scored 47 goals in Bundesliga. It's a 3 fucking team division, to be fair. I think quite a lot of strikers would score quite handsomely in the Bundesliga. He's brought nothing to it. What he's actually brought is more problems than he's actually solved, Harry Kane. And Gareth Southgate is too stubborn to actually see it. Gareth Southgate also, again, the most reactive manager in English football history. Not proactive. No, never thinks after an hour, do you know what, this ain't working? Let's change something, give it a bit of pace along the wings, let's do something different. No, he'll wait till the fucking opposition score and then he'll try and do something about it. Lucky, unbelievably lucky as a manager, Gareth Southgate will probably end up winning this competition, and it won't be because of him, it'll be because of him, it'll be in spite of him, because tactically inept still, doesn't everybody can see when a game needs changing except him, and his refusal to actually change anything. He's got his favourites, doesn't matter who they are. Harry Kane will play every bloody week, sorry, not every week, every time that England play, even if he's not pulling his weight, and he isn't pulling his weight, it's there for all to see. Brought on Luke Shaw yesterday. I thought he did all right for a guy that hasn't played since February, but he's obviously nowhere near match fit and looked leggy even after a little while. The actual shape of the team looked better yesterday. Hopefully they'll stick with that for Wednesday night, but no doubt Gareth, knowing that he knows best, will revert to the Christmas pudding that he used before. It's a frustrating watch, and I know when you look at the other teams, France aren't playing well. The Dutch played well the other night. Spain are probably going to win this by an absolute canter and deserve it, because at least they're playing imaginative, direct football, which is something England appear to be completely shy of doing. I was watching the old Graham Taylor documentary yesterday and this morning, and it got me thinking, because Graham Taylor was vilified by the press. Unfairly so, in a time where the press was, and this has only happened in recent years, but when the press were more vitriolic in those days than they are now, and obviously Graham Taylor, from what I can see, a tremendously nice man, that was treated horrifically by the press. And obviously when you take the England job, we all think we all think we know better than the England manager. As an England fan, I think that's correct to say. We all have an idea where we think someone should play, and why isn't he bringing in so-and-so for 60 minutes to go when he can't change, when nothing's changing. Graham Taylor, Sven, even Fabio Capello all took an absolute beating from the press. But which makes me wonder why the press goes so softly on Gareth Southgate. Certainly, let's be honest, he's got the results. So we've got to the European final, we got to the semi-final of the World Cup, we're in the semi-finals again. So his record stands up for scrutiny. But let's be honest, this style of play that we've played probably in the last 2 years has been absolutely abysmal. And the press haven't pressed him, for lack of another word, on it, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Gareth Southgate appears to to be a bit like Graham Taylor, a tremendously nice, loyal, genuine man that is woefully out of his depth. I mean, he's like the child that starts school. He's got the round and the square, and he can't get him in the fucking thing, and he's doing that with his players. Say nothing personal against Gareth Southgate. I think he's got a job because the FA know he's a safe pair of hands, hand-wringing, nodding yes man, and that's what they want. They don't want the scandal that they've had with England managers over the years. So he's a very safe, and obviously Lee Carsley is favourite to take over from him when he ultimately leaves at the end of this tournament, Gareth Southgate. But for me, Southgate has to be dropped. Harry Kane has to be dropped. He's not offering anything to this team, and I think we inject some pace, because if we play like we've been playing against these other teams, against the Dutch on Wednesday, we're going to get absolutely slaughtered. At some point, Southgate's luck runs out. The nonsense of the Slovakia game and all that went around that, making a substitution with a minute and a half to go, and even though Ivan Toney was apparently raging at him, saying, "What do you expect me to do in that time?" And you can't blame the man, can you? It's an absolute fucking shit show. People have said that there's discontent in the team. That's for them to know, but these are world-class players. These are world-class, well-talented players. And for them, again, yesterday was better. It was better. And the one thing that actually came out yesterday, don't be fearful of penalties anymore, because we've got players that can take penalties. I'm glad Harry Kane didn't take a penalty. Dave seems to think he was substitute so he wouldn't have to take one. I don't know if I agree with that or not. That's Dave's view. But don't be afraid of penalties anymore, because we have good penalty takers. And Jordan Pickford, he had all the names on the bottle and where they went and what to do. So they are very well prepared for these things. But slightly less raging video on England's chances and their performance yesterday than the last ones where I was screaming for Southgate's head. I still think he should go. I think he should go. He should have gone before the tournament. I don't think he brings anything to this England team apart from a nepotism look at creating his team. So he will pick his mates and not the best players. For me, Cole Palmer yesterday was fantastic. Phil Foden did a little bit better as well. But I don't see how can a manager not change it after 60 minutes when he can see it's not working. Reactive and not proactive. But what do you think? How do you think they're going to get on against the Dutch? There will be a live stream from me and Dave on Wednesday, so look out for that. But let me know in the comments, do you agree Harry Kane, his day should be done? Stick him on the bench and bring him on if we need him with 20 minutes to go, something like that. Let me know in the comments. Again, tournament football is about winning games. And like it or lump it, you know that he luckily gets the job done. So we'll see how I get on Wednesday. But for me, it's without Harry Kane, because he's an absolute liability. What do you think? Leave your comments in the comments box. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. There's a subscribe button somewhere. I'll see you soon.